So we're on the ground and our partner has a headlock. The first headlock escape should always be our first option. We build a frame and support that frame. We try to get our hips away from them and we push them into the dead corner. But what can happen, and a lot of times that's gonna work because people in the street are not usually trained fighters. But sometimes either they've had some jiu-jitsu classes, had some judo, or maybe they just are physically, like have a good physical sense about them and they start to follow your hips. So if they do that, there's another headlock escape we can use that gets us into a different but also dominant position. So Elias grabs my head, right? And you can see, again, he doesn't have control of my arm. If he had control of my arm, we would do a different move that we'll do next. So I build my frame so I don't get smashed, support my frame. First thing I want to do is move my hips away, and he follows me. I keep hitting away, and he keeps following me. What that allows me to do is get my leg hooked. Now this hand over here, which he doesn't have control over because he's too busy grabbing my head, this elbow is going to come to the mat as I give up my frame and come to his shoulder. And you see how Elias's spine is kind of bent? That's one of the things that makes this so effective. It's going to be very difficult for him to continue to control my head, and if he is able to keep control of my head, I'm just going to grab with my hand and peel it. But that sort of twisting motion is going to make the headlock really, really difficult to hold. Let's do that one more time, and let's start from this position so that you see it from a different angle. So again, this hand is free. We're assuming he's just grabbing my head. If he has my other arm, we'll do what I call the Mongo roll escape, which will be the next technique. So I build my frame, support the frame, I'm trying to get away from him, but he's not letting me. As he follows me, I throw my hook in. My frame can come out now because I'm on my side and he's not going to smash my head. Grab his shoulder. These toes go to the mat, these toes right here, inactive toes, and my elbow goes to the mat. The toes on the mat help me to bridge. As I come to the top, Elias doesn't really feel like he can keep control of the head. If somehow he can, this hand's just going to grab his wrist, pull it off. And as you can see, I'm in a pretty dominant position, whatever the situation, whether it's if it's a jiu-jitsu match, I'm either on top or on the back. If it's a self-defense situation, I'm on top of the person with strikes involved where their spine is not straight. So really, really dominant position there as well. So option one, move the hips away, go to the dead corner. If he follows you, throw in the hook, do this headlock escape.